911, what is the location emergency?
There's been a train derailment.
What are we working with?
Loaded hazardous ethanol.
I mean, you just go into reaction mode right away. You start thinking what you're going to do for the response.
On a sunny summer afternoon in rural Reeseville, Wisconsin, Fire Chief Eric Howlett was once again responding to the unimaginable, a second derailment in just over 2 years. Emergency crews were facing at least 20 toppled cars, some of them bashed in and mangled, buried in the ground along the tracks in the neighboring marsh.
How long is the spill going to be? What is actually spilling?
With help from technology from the rail industry, they soon learned exactly what was inside every single car: crude oil. Still, they were ready. Years of training in derailment scenarios involving hazardous materials, Howlett says, had prepared first responders, giving them the tools to handle the kind of disaster that's incredibly rare but impactful.
You want to be ready for anything that's thrown at you.
But our national investigative team, with help from the Arnold Center for Investigative Journalism at Indiana University, discovered fire departments nationwide may not be prepared for the possibility of becoming the next Reeseville, or even worse, the next East Palestine. From coast to coast, Federal Railroad Administration data we analyzed shows that since 2020, there have been more than 1,600 derailments involving trains carrying hazardous materials. 725 of those saw damage to a car containing hazmat, with dozens of incidents where that material was released, including major wrecks in Arizona, Louisiana, and Kentucky. Still, we found many communities are untrained, not fully prepared to react to a derailment that involves dangerous content. Our team surveyed dozens of fire departments near rail lines nationwide, finding some don't do any training for potential derailments involving hazardous materials, even when they told us they have real concerns about the possibility. In departments that do train, there are big variations in frequency, with some going years between sessions.
It's such a low frequency event that some fire departments don't place as much emphasis on it, which makes sense because if you're responding to a house fire every day or every week, you're going to train for what you're most likely to experience. Unfortunately, hazardous materials doesn't always, come to the forefront.
Anytime you have a potential incident and you're not prepared, you have to start from scratch. The more you train, the safer you are, the better your response is going to be, and the more effectively you're going to serve your community.
But the industry is also serving communities, trying to remove some of the biggest burdens, travel and cost, by meeting first responders where they live, with in-person or remote training.
The most important thing that you can have when you respond into any incident is knowledge.
These white numbers and letters are code for what's carried inside, one that can be unlocked with an app developed by the rail industry more than a decade ago.
This has a locomotive. This has multiple hazardous material cars.
AAR says the Ask Rail app has already been put into the hands of more than 2 million first responders for free, but many of the smaller departments we surveyed say they don't use it. Some had never even heard of it.
Most first responders will never respond to a rail hazardous materials incident. But when they do, we want them to have the training, have the tools, know where to get the additional resources, and have the confidence that the railroads are on the way.